Mm-hmm. Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Just give me a one in the chat if you can. I'll just be silent a minute. I'm just doing some sharing. Oh, Bury. Good evening, Antonella. Bury. What goes on in Bury, may I say? What goes on in Bury? Well, I'm gonna get a video up for you first. Can find the damn thing. Just bear with me. Might be a bit of noise tonight. Mum's in front room, so Kara's got to come in and take her out. So
Dad was coming out with the kids now, look.
right. So one sec now. I'll play the video in a minute. Right, here we go, guys. Here we go. It's a couple of minutes, few minutes long.
Dad was coming out with the kids now, look.
Look at the house, the end of the row. That house. Some guys come out with the kids.
Dad was coming with all the kids. And don't forget, these are Waka's kids as well. All three of them. And we've got the kids with us. Yeah, the kids are all out. So now, socializing with the kids are not out. So she was attempting to get in the house.
So keep watching, guys. There's a full family and all the neighbours watching this.
Now look at that. What is Mustafa now? He's gonna have to within seconds.
Watch the top corner where them white houses are near the end. Keep your eye there. Just above the big van.
She's coming home, you know. She's bringing her son out. And then he's gonna get to the doorway. Yeah. You could tell the way to go there. And she's very normal there. The police will go. Yeah, now look at that.
Oh, again.
That's Nanny.
Watch.
When Nanny's run back in. Yeah, and he shot it down. Then he France run.
They had to kill one by God, all I ball.
Then Murdaz run from there.
Keep watching. To go a bit closer up. There she comes. Goes down. And they're bashing her out. So, good evening, Pat. Good evening, Arlene. Arlene said hello, Mum. Arlene said hello.
Why?
Yeah, she did. John Rankin, good. How are you, sir? So that was Sarah Hussain. Sarah Hussain, 36. Let me just check her age. A 31-year-old woman was rushed to hospital and was pronounced dead a short time after. 3 men aged 34, 24 and 26 have been arrested in connection with the incident and remain in custody for questioning, Greater Manchester Police said. They're in custody for 48 hours, which is a maximum before they have to charge them. They've let them out now. And it says detectives are not looking for anyone else in connection with their inquiries, but a murder investigation has been launched. So she hasn't torched herself. But a murder investigation is underway. There's been absolutely nothing else on the news or anything about this. Nothing. Just one round of articles. That's it. They've not said whether the police haven't stated whether they've charged anyone. Well, I haven't seen it or anything. Complete silence. So this is what 3 months after Sir Everard were killed. So I come the feminists out up here kicking off because obviously men have killed her. Not a woman, men have killed her. Not saying it's them 3, but men have killed her. There's no women's outrage. There's no MPs said anything. There's no local councillors said anything. Nobody said anything. I only got this footage of someone who lives in the area a few days after. No one said anything. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing. Been to the area twice. And when I was there, a guy's pulled up in a car, Muslim. I said what had happened, and he said, yeah, he'd heard. And I said, do you think it's honour violence? Now, I was streaming at the time, but you might not be able to hear him. But he did say, yes, that's what he thought it was. So what did John? John repeated that at the Mayor's question time on Thursday. First time I've mentioned, when I'm talking to anyone like that, a councillor or anything, ethnicity. But I'm only going off what a member of the public has told me and happens to be a Muslim. That's it. So, and I said that to the mayor. They were going on, a woman come on, and she's going on about gender-based violence. And the mayor and the chief said they had these programs and they're doing this, that, and the other to tackle it. And the Greater Manchester Mayor mentioned Sarah Everard, but never mentioned Sarah Hussain. So I stood up, took the mic, and I said, you mentioned Sarah Everard. How come you didn't mention Sarah Hussain, who was burnt to death on the streets of Bury? That's what I said to Andy Burnham, the mayor. That's what I said to him. No charges as of yet, T-Lady. They mustn't have charged. They didn't charge them guys because they let them out. It says they've been arrested in connection, remain in custody for questioning. But hold on, they did let them out. Let me just see another. Three men have been arrested in connection with it and remain in custody for questioning. Police aren't looking for anyone else in connection with it. GMP, alongside fire investigators, are now working to establish the circumstances around what happened. Now, all right, fair enough. Do we have to go public with every detail about it. Well, I mean, Sir Everard was killed by a white copper, and there was riots in London. But whenever it's anybody else, there is nothing. There's no feminists coming to Bury. There's no outraged feminists on social media or anything. Nobody says anything when a person of colour kills a white person or another person of colour. The thing is, I'm not living in a world, I'm not accepting a world where that is the right way to do it. No, it isn't. That's why I will shout about this case, and I will shout Sarah Hussein's name for the rest of my physical human being life. Her name will be shouted. I'll talk about this case. I'll obviously find out more, and obviously the police will come out with what happened, but it looks really dodgy, like honour violence. And I said that to the mayor as well. And that a guy in a car pulled up who was Muslim said that it was honour violence. That's what he said. Right. So I'll say it. And I said it to the mayor and the chief of police on Thursday just gone. So to all the trollers and the people who think I won't do nothing, are you doing anything? Are you questioning the mayor on different things? What else has come out of the mayor's question time is that my friend Bernie, whose house collapsed after the sinkhole in Albier, has got a meeting. He's going to set up a meeting with the mayor. She never had this chance before, phone calls and things like that. So she came along to the mayor's question time. We pulled him about the state of the roads in that area and these sinkholes. So she has to email him. She got an email off Burnham's personal assistant. It's going to swap details, and then there's a meeting for her with him about this particular incident. So it's another good thing that's come off me going to the mayor's question time. Can I just ask if anyone else has done anything like that in the past week? I can't hear you. I can't hear anyone. Trolls, no. Failsworth Mourn, no. Yeah, you and Stuart, I can't hear anyone. I really can't. It's just definitely echo, because that's what I thought. Because I'm not having a go at the Patriots. You know, you've got your place in the whole sink of things. Fair enough. But those who troll me, that's for you. That's for you. Are you doing anything? Are you questioning the Greater Manchester Mayor on issues around Greater Manchester? Are you questioning the chief of GMP police and asking him what you think? And no, you're not. None of you are doing that. You're just on Twitter trolling behind masks and all that. Just weak people. That's all you are, weak people. So that was the 23rd of July. 23rd of July. Lo and behold, 2 weeks ago, there's another murder in Bury. Let's get that up now. Just check the chat. We're just going to get onto that, Arlene. I'll just get onto that. Thank you, Pat. I did. It's all on. I will put the stream up, but it is all on the stream. It's all on the stream that Andy Burnham and they did. It's all up there. But I did questioned him, and on a sensitive subject that other people might not want to say anything about. But Big John will. If we cannot talk about any of the subjects or any issues that we have within our communities, then there's no point in doing anything, as far as I'm concerned. We might as well go back to being barbarians or something and chopping people's heads off when we feel bad about it. We might as well do that. So, yeah. So, I mean, the issue of free speech, I never said anything racist. I never said anything out of order. I never made up anything. I just talked about what was on the article and what other people said. That's what I said. We don't know yet, but it does look suspiciously like honour violence. But again, there's no feminists out. Nobody really gives a shit, really, because, well, they don't want to give a shit because it's a person of colour who's being killed by another person of colour. They won't say nothing. So let's look at the next one. Oh, and thank you to Dino Ransom as well, who sponsored this stream. I went down to Bury last week because of him, and I've set this stream up. I'm talking about this because of him. Also helped me get to the MERS question time on Thursday. So thank you, Dino. Thank you. So less than 2 mile, maybe 2 mile away from where Sarah Hussain died last week, 36-year-old woman took to hospital, died. The men, 3 men aged 32, 52 and 61 were later arrested at the property on Gorse Bank and Rutland Drive, Bury. That particular article, yeah. 3 men have been arrested on suspicion of rape and murder of a woman. But I mean, this woman's got a bit of a past, to tell you the truth. And tonight, while I'm doing the stream, I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to go on a couple of posts. I'm going to post what I think about what other people have said. So what else do we know about the Bury woman? All right. Well, let's just have a quick check. Her mum actually lives in Oldham. Right, just let me find it. Right, anyway, 2017, this woman killed somebody by pushing him underneath a moving tram at Victoria Station. They were both drunk. She didn't know him, pushed him, and he died. She got 5 years for manslaughter. Now, obviously, it's a really low sentence for someone's death, and that lad would have been someone's son. I totally get it. That lad would have been someone's son. I totally get it. But she got 5 years. I can understand people being angry, but the thing is, on the Facebook post, you're not going to believe what was said on some of them Facebook posts. I'm going to try and find them now. Find it. Bear with me. Just let me see if I can find. I'm doing this. Definitely going to find this post while we're here, because I'm going to comment on it, and I'm going to comment on the people who said nasty things. So what some people were saying, oh, eye for an eye, good riddance, and all that for her because she got 5 years for manslaughter now. So obviously there's law justice on her 5 years, but that does not mean that that person should die for that cause. And that's what these people, supposed to be normal people on social media, are saying on that post. Now, if I ever met any of these people, I would give them the biggest mouthful ever. That's what I would do. Because going down that route is, if you can, people don't understand going down that route. If you commit a trivial offence, then you're going to be really, you're going to be brutalised for it. This is what people are all right with saying and stuff on social media. I'm not. And I hope that nobody joins my group who says they want someone dying because they didn't get enough time before, right? And I'm not having it. I can accept there's to be some issues with paedophiles, but the normal person, I cannot accept it that people talk like that about a normal person. Like they were saying about Carissa, get her name right, John, that it's an eye for an eye. Well, it's good, comeback, payback. So people were all right with her being raped and murdered. Honestly, this is on the stream. Just wait till I find it, and I'll go through the comments live with you and what they're saying. I don't make these things up, me. I really don't. It's not in me to just make things up. It isn't. And with me Christian upbringing, I really don't believe in violence to solve things, and I don't believe that. I don't believe in capital punishment. I really don't. There is some issues with paedophiles. I understand that. But I still don't believe in capital punishment. Because what happens if we start capital punishment, if we bring capital punishment back, what happens to the people who are fitted up and innocent? What happens when it's all wrong and someone gets sent to gallows who were innocent? And that has happened in the United Kingdom, and nobody even blinks an eyelid. Well, I'd expect us to be a bit better than that. I'm still searching for the article. It's going to be a bit way back. I didn't save anything about it. I just want to go through some of the comments in the post. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I just hope that I don't know personally any of my best friends are like that and would say them kind of things. It's just wrong. Right. Let me just check the stream, see what comments. Good evening, God bless. Thank you, Nunca, thank you. Good evening, Debbie. Just let me try and I've got to find this. I really have to find this article and go through it live, and I'll comment while I'm going through it. I can't believe I never saved it. John, this fucking idiot. So, yeah, the ages of three men, 30s, 40s, and 60, very suspicious. I'm not going I'm not going to judge, but it's very suspicious on the kind of people it is. But, you know, we'll have to wait until the police come out with more information about it and these people's names. I'm guessing if I pushed hard enough, I could find out, but I don't want to push hard enough. I've got other things on my mind, but I don't want to push too hard to upset people. I'm also going to this week doing a stream on Ellie Williams, who she's in court in Preston. She was up for 12 charges, but at day one already it's down to 9 charges. But I'm gonna do a stream and go through the case because people are not reading the bigger picture in Ellie's case, and the lefties sort of like warned me off because they claimed I was this, that, and the other. And there is nobody really now supporting her family, whether the Labour's lefties or not. There is nobody supporting their family, and a lot of people have gone off that case, but they're not looking at the bigger news. I said from the beginning of that case, the bigger news. That's what I said about at the very beginning of that case. There's streams and everything where I'm talking about my thoughts on the case, not knowing all the information, and I'm right. What I said was right. One moment, guys. I'm sure I'm coming up to the. Right, 3rd of February. 3rd of February. So yeah, she got a past. She got 5 years manslaughter charges. They were both drunk. These two people. She didn't know him. Now, what I'm going to say, you know, it's not everyone. Everyone's not going to be happy, but drink is a massive issue with people these days. It really is. If these two people that have been drunk, would she have pushed him onto the platform? Probably not. What happened, I don't know. I don't know if there was if he'd made some kind of, like, made a pass at her or they were arguing. I don't know. But she got 5 years and people are saying it weren't long enough. I agree. It doesn't sound long enough. Obviously, there was issues like the drinking and that. It doesn't sound long enough. But does that mean that she deserves to be raped by 3 men and murdered? No, it doesn't. And I wouldn't say that for anyone. I wouldn't say that for my worst enemy. I wouldn't say if you've got away with that, it doesn't mean that you should be murdered, chopped up. I just would never say that kind of thing. That's not me. And I'm furious with. I didn't comment on the post because it was one of them times where if anyone would have said anything, I'd have gone looking for them. And I just don't want to go down that route, man. I don't want to go down. Or I would have added them on. I would have started arguing, and I fucking hate battling on Facebook. Me, I can't stand it. Right, hold on. I'm definitely nearly there now. So at the mayor's question time as well, I said about police again. GMP policeman wanting to try and abuse an 8-year-old and convicted. A Met police officer, an inspector who set rooms up and for voyeurism, spying on women and stuff like that. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. And there's just 2 people. There's been about 10 policing been charged over the past 6 year, and more than 10. There's loads. The chief stood up though. Oh, we're not all like that. And I'm sure that everyone who's not like that, the good people and they adore people, they hate people like that. Fair enough. But I went over talking to the chief after and I said, I want better vetting because we know that police officers haven't been vetted. Now, if you go down the route of the lefties, what they'll say is that when Theresa May were in and she cut all the police, they've hired people without checking them properly. And I guess that's gone on me. I really do. I'm sure it has. Right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, here we go. Let's just get it on screen. I hope I'm... sorry about that, guys. I just clicked all my screens off like a doodah. Bear with me. I just want to explain as well, the picture behind me is Peel, who started the police, and this is a statue that's in Bury. So if you live in Bury, you'll know it well. It's just out next to the Weatherspoons. The thing is about our statues is that when they finished in London, they're going to come for all the rest. So they'll come to Bury to take down that statue. They'll come wherever you've got a statue of someone, they're going to come for it and get it took down. I went to Hull on Saturday where Wilberforce has a massive column, bigger than Nelson's column or same size, of William Wilberforce. He'll be next. The lefties will take him down. They'll take everything down that's to do with the past, good, bad, or evil, or what. They'll take it all down. That's what's going to happen. That's why I've got Peel up in background there. As you can see him. Just let me do some adjustments on here and I'll be with you. There we go. So, yeah, right, I've got to get back to finding that article. And you know what? I've knocked it off the screen. I'm sorry. Try and be as fast as I can now. So I don't think we should be calling for someone's death, no matter what they've done, really. Obviously, child abuse is a touchy subject, but I just don't, and I'm disgusted with the way people went on about that woman. Like she was a criminal. That's what they did. And you've got to remember, there's a big issue here because she looked white. I think she was white, or she might be mixed race, but she looked white. But if she's been killed by someone of colour, then they're going to try and make her look guilty. And they're going to try and make her look bad. And with the fact that now people see that she's killed someone herself, then it's putting in their head that she's already a bad person. She deserved this because she must have started it. That's how the media go on these cases. Now, this is no different. And we've seen this in cases dozens and dozens of times I've seen this in cases hundreds of times in 5 years, hundreds of times. Sorry about that. I ended up clicking all the screens off like a tech turd. Right, I think they're here to sort my mum out. Right, I won't be a minute, guys. Just going to lift your legs up a bit. Can put them down now. Just bear with me, guys. Carers are here. Move me, mum, and I'll get back with you.
Hiya, Pat. You're all right, my love. Oh. All right, sweetheart. Are you ready for bed now? Yeah? Yeah.
You're correct, Fred Keener. The police went the day before checking on her. That's all I know. I haven't looked any further into the case, only seen what's on the papers. But yeah, you're right. So really something suspicious there. Again, I can't comment on who the men who arrested they were. The ages are a bit weird, right? That's all I can say. But I can't comment. I don't know the ethnicity of the people. I really don't. And I've said that from the beginning. I haven't picked on anybody in particular. I just don't know. So this is happening in Bury. So July till February, it's 7 months, 2 brutal murders. There's no women's outrage, there's no feminists, there's no constant on the news like Sir Everard is. So it's all right when a white person kills a white person or a white person kills anybody, it's world news. But when it's a person of colour, they try and dumb it down as much as possible. And they've done that over hundreds of cases, not just murders, rape cases, and fraud cases. They always dumb it down. And it's wrong. I don't want to live in a world that is like that. I don't want to live in that world, me. I want everyone to be held responsible for what they've done. And I want it to be as much public noise as there is for any other case. So that's what I want. But yeah, so that's happened in Bury, which I managed to tell the Mayor of Greater Manchester. And today, on Thursday, I met the GMP chief was there as well. And I mentioned it to him. The Mayor's question time was took up a lot around the clean air tax thing. Let me just get my notes out. It started pretty late, went on till about 9. I made some notes. So it started just after 7:30. Now, this is amazing. I have to say this. You'll understand this when I say it. So I've gone down with friend. She's called Bernie Scanlon. Yeah, and last year, just 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, last year, there was a sinkhole in Abbey area. I've showed you it. Let me just show you again. I can actually show you a couple of the houses falling down. Let me just find it. Can't even find the damn thing again now. Oh, yeah, no. Let me just get So on the houses you can see there, the house to the right of the ones that have collapsed, that's my mate's Bernie's, which is gone now. That's all gone. So the sinkholes appeared. So the sinkholes appeared, and then 2 days after, that front house has collapsed there. Bernie's house is gone, knocked down, and Bernie, there was a knock on a window, a knock on a door, And the workman were telling her to get out. And as she was going out, that's all that wall there front started to collapse. So Bernie now suffers from mental health issues, anxiety, PTSD. She's been diagnosed with. They had police on the street for a couple of days and promised that no one's house would get robbed. The guy across the road, an old guy across the road, his house had been robbed 3 times. Other people's houses have been robbed. Now, when they were evacuating everyone, of course, all the council residents are all first to go. And just to the right of Bernie's house, about 3 doors down, there was an house and 15 people come out of one house on that street. 15 people, ladies and gentlemen. 15 people come out. Nothing said about that in the in any reports or anything. At the end of the day, the council leader for that area, let me just get his name up. Council leader for that area. Member of Parliament, Al-Fazl Khan, came out of Al-Fazl Khan, Member of Parliament, and he came out saying, "Oh well, we've rehoused everyone." They'd rehoused the council residents, but all the homeowners were still at the calling centre. They'd just been left. Obviously, the council's nothing to do with the council because they own their own homes. You know, we don't want that. We want people to own their own homes. But the council thing is, if you get your own home, the council don't like that. They want everybody not to have things of their own. They don't want you to have your own home. They want you to rent it. They want all that renting thing to keep going on so that they can make money, and other scumbags like who owns loads of property development will be making money. That's what they want. They don't want you to own your own home. And my party, we want you to own your own home, and we want you to get your own home at an affordable price, not the rip-off prices and the way you have to get them now. So Bernie's obviously, I've known Bernie a few years now. She supported me, give me a few quid here and there. And I've went down, I've done videos. We went down again. I've talked to all the residents. And then I managed to, when the mayor's question time come up, I told Bernie, and then I brought Bernie along with me, who was on the name to come in. We went in and we managed to talk to the mayor. She talked to him afterwards, and we've got a connection now. And the mayor wants to listen to a story the mayor wants to listen to her, but privately now, not in a hall full of people. They want to sit down and go through what's happened. So that's the next step for Bernie, is to do that. Bernie is a lovely woman, supports a lot of people around all the causes. And for this to happen to one of our Patriot friends, we have to do what we can. And there's not just me, Mank, Dave, Reed. So there's a few people been down, and we've supported her forever. So my actions now of going to the mayor's question time a second time has helped Bernie now get in contact with the mayor, and we'll see what goes on forward from that. Now, again, I just want to put my ear out. Can any trolls tell me they've been helping anyone out? I can't hear anybody. Can't hear anyone. Can't hear anybody. Can anyone tell me if they pulled the Great Manchester Mayor on political correctness? Still listening? No, can't. Anybody tell me that they told GMP chief what he thinks of police? Still can't hear anybody. So going forward, we've got a lot of things to do. I'm loving these mayor's question times, giving me a lot of practice in speaking to people. I'm more organised. I'm making notes and stuff like that. So it's really good. And it's good practice for me for where I want to be in the future, speaking to people in a council chamber or even Parliament. And that's that's at the position. So it's going to give me a good start on that. And what you'll find out is that I'm a quick learner, on stuff like this. I've been practicing now for a couple of years to speak properly. I'm not always the most eloquent speaker. or anything like that. But I do try to get my point across, and I'm not scared. The main thing is I'm not scared of saying what I think, and I'm not intimidated by anyone. No one intimidates me or anything. And that's it. I just want to go back to the Sarah Hussain case. So last year I was in contact with somebody, a woman, and she heard about this case. And what she said to me was what she said to me. She said, this woman married someone so she could get here. And she was a bigamist, always going off with other men. That's what she said. The woman went, what? So you still think it's all right that she'd been murdered? And the girl didn't say no, and she didn't say yeah. And this girl I talked to was Muslim, by the way. So she thought it was all right because she was a bigamist that she gets treated like this. Well, we're not having this in the UK. I don't understand what people don't think about. I don't understand what people don't get. Like, we don't do this sort of crap in the UK. We don't do this kind of thing in the UK. We don't treat people like this in the UK. So if you're going to treat someone like this in UK, you're not welcome. Nobody's welcome who's going to treat people like that in the United Kingdom. That's why we want to stop permanent settlement to the United Kingdom. If we'd ended permanent settlement 2 years ago, Sarah Hussain would have never come here. She would have never died. Just letting people know what I think. And I can't be called anything for it because it's my opinion, and I'm showing you why that we should not accept these kind of things in our society, in our English country. Shouldn't accept this kind of cultural intolerance or misogyny. We should not accept that in the UK at this time. And I think everyone's got to agree with me on that point. So poor Sarah Hussain. Nothing, there's no candlelit vigil. There's no rioting. There's no mass gathering of lefties and feminists for poor Sarah Hussain. I sort of said all that to the mayor and the chief as well. Said there's been no protest, no feminists are there or anything like that. Well, that's what I've got to expect on our society these days if we carry on the way we're going. I'll see what I can find out more about Carissa's death. I think it's Carissa. Let me just get her name correct. Charissa Brown, 36. Charissa Brown. We'll have to see what comes of this. I'm not sure. I might be able to get in contact with family. I might be able to, but I can't promise anything. And I don't want to be pushing on any toes on such sensitive thing. But for anyone who thinks that she deserved to be killed because she got off with 5 years for killing someone while they were both drunk at Victoria Station, then you've got serious issues, my friends. You've got absolute serious issues. I don't think anyone should be murdered because they only got 5 years for a manslaughter charge, which it is law. Yeah, and, there's issues with that charge. Yeah, I understand that, but still people shouldn't be murdered for it. Or people shouldn't be rejoicing that they've been murdered. Just shouldn't be allowed. So yeah, that's Bury, the very gruesome, brutal murders. And I mean, we can talk about Bury. Been a few that are. There's been teenage killing in Bury. They've named the two attackers, two white lads killed another lad. Drive-by shooting in Bolton. Was it Bolton? Yeah, Bolton. Two rival tyre firms, and the guy who organised the hit has come out onto his forecourt to watch it, and they killed an innocent woman. And these are the kind of people that we're allowing into our country who just really don't give a shit about our laws or anything like that. And I'm not up for any of that, mate. That's why I'm here. That's why I fight. That's why I do my video. I don't want to be in a country like that, mate. Our crime levels in the past 20 years have skyrocketed. You won't get this really off much, but overall, at national level, our crime levels have skyrocketed. Certain crimes more than others. There's crimes now that we have that we're never used to. Acid attacking. There's more honor violence and stuff like that. Never used to have any of this in our country 20 years ago. And in 20 years, he brought in all this and more. And now members of parliament are getting off by threatening to acid attack people. They're still members of parliament and they didn't get jailed. You know what I mean? If you threaten to acid attack someone, I expect you to go to jail. No. Claudia Webb doesn't have to go to jail. She's still a member of parliament. What else can we look at? Lord Ahmed, the MP, Lord Ahmed, the first Muslim lord in the United Kingdom. And he's been done for buggering people in the 70s. As well as that, he's got he had a charge of a conviction of harassment on a woman. A nasty piece of work. He's still a member of parliament. And he's still got he's not a member of parliament, but he's got his lord peerage still. And these people we've welcomed into our country and just stabbed us in the back. And I don't want to live in a country like that, mate. That's why I'm against any kind of immigration or anything like that. And I want our country to be Christian values. I want our country to be headed by Christian values, not any other. I'm not having religions trumping us. Oh, I've got something to tell you. This part, let's just you just wait till you see what I've got here, Pat. This just goes to show I messed up our why is it not coming up? Right, let me just get it on my phone. So today I've gone on the party applications, the political party applications list, because we're on there waiting for hours. And I've just checked out some of the parties, and let's just get one here now. Right, so the party's called Croydon Community Partnership. And I went through the descriptions. Lobbying for burial sites. I didn't think nothing of that. Number 2, spirituality over secularism. Now, we live in a secular country. No. That only starts with religion trumping laws and things like that. That's why we live in a secular country. So that's interesting. So that's a party that's being made up in Croydon. And they want spirituality over secularism. So they want more faith in the way we run things. And that is just the wrong road to go. As we can tell you by the faith schools and stuff like that we have in the UK. It's a wrong way to go, that, and I'm not on for that. And I noticed that today. So I don't doubt there's other parties that might have something like that in the manifesto and that. I'm not going down that. We live in a secular country. I'll accept Christianity here, but it doesn't trump and it doesn't rule laws that are there to protect people and communities. But that's interesting stuff. Right, thank you very much, everyone. Sorry about the bit of a delay and all that lot. Like I said, my mum was still in my front room and Kara's had to come in. But I'm going to be doing a video on Ellie Williams as well this week. I'll pick a day. It'll be a couple of days. Might Thursday or Friday I might try it for. I'm going to do a video on Ellie Williams. Her case is live right now at Preston Crown Court. There's no reporting restrictions. And the thing is with Ellie's case, I got the lefties went after me when I started going up there. And then they sent some members of her family of videos about me saying I'm a racist, this and I'm a racist, that, which I'm not. And because one of my videos was about Jews, and I said that they shouldn't have unregistered faith schools. I've got an issue with that. And that's why I got, that's why one of the things that was said that made me look so bad. But I don't care what religion you are. If you've got an unregistered, right, or illegal faith school, it's getting shut down. It's getting shut down. Illegal and unregistered faith schools are using a trick in the law to why they're not allowed. They're not allowed. I don't care what religion or ethnicity, wherever you're from, what religion, you're not having illegal or unregistered faith schools in the United Kingdom. It's not on. Something I've got a big issue with, and if you don't like it, then the door's there. That's all I'm saying. But it's against the illegal, unregistered. Don't people get that? The lefties and all that lot, right? Not having it. So that was one of the reasons why I had to step back from the Ellie case, and they started calling everyone far right. And there was loads of people supporting her who weren't far right or anything like that. No one was like that. And now the family are on their own. No one's supporting them. There's no demos outside the courts or anything. Now, it does look, I said at the very beginning that, yeah, there is a good chance that Ellie has lied. But when you know about the grooming gangs and you know what the people have to go through to get justice, you can understand why they lie. I can really get it why they lie. Let me just take you, Sammy Woodhouse's case. Sammy Woodhouse's case in Rotherham. So she was being abused, so they went to the police. Police fucked them off. Went to the police again, fucked them off. They went to the local councillor, fucked them off. Went to their MP, no good. Went to the council, socials, everyone. They went to everybody they could. No one would listen to them. The perpetrators were still in the area. They'd already threatened to kill all the family, her and all the family. They threatened, harassing them at every minute. This is what happens. This happens in a lot of communities. No one don't see this. And then the family moved to Spain. And it weren't till years later that they got justice. So if you're a 15 or 16-year-old and someone starts telling you that they're going to kill your mum and dad, don't forget Lucy Law in Telford. 3 members of a family, a mum and a sister, burnt to death by a guy, just like these guys who've been abusing kids in Barrow. Right? And there's other cases. Ellie Williams isn't the only case. There is other cases up there ongoing. I don't know anything about them, and I'm not going to say anything about them. There is one case, Ellie Reynolds, I can say, because she won Ellie. They tried to fit her up and stitch her up with and said that she was the bad person. 3 years her and her dad, Ellie Reynolds, her dad and the family fought, and then she's not guilty. She didn't do anything that they said, and they tried fitting her up. So don't tell me that people aren't that evil that the authorities will try and fit you up. That's what they do. So I said this at the beginning. I said if she could possibly have lied, but would I blame her after being threatened? Would I blame her? Would I blame that 15, 16-year-old if the abusers have threatened to kill all the family? Would I blame her for lying? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do it. And it's not just it's not just the perpetrators or the if there is people who abuse, it's not even them. It's people in our own community. Get this? It's white people in our own community are making her look like a criminal, and that's what they do. It's not just it's white people, the white media, the white counsellors that make you look like criminals. That's what they do. So they can justify that, they don't have to do anything to the guys who rape people. Just like Victoria Golia got raped I'll say it brutally. Victoria Golia got raped and sexually assaulted and abused by 100 men. The police knew. The social services knew. Every person who was supposed to care for Victoria Golia knew. They knew who the men were. They knew where they were taken. They knew everything about this gang, and they still let them rape and abuse her by 100 men, probably thousands of times. And she got reported missing to the police 150 times for a care home. Now, I don't care me about if you work in a care home or what you think or anything, but that's wrong that the police haven't followed up or nothing's been done. We need to look at, it's one of the things I want to look at is our care system. If I ever get any kind of influence, I want to look at our care system to see where it can be better sorted out. Look what's happened in Bradford over the death of that little girl by the two parents. Social services is under instruction. But obviously, again, it's only white cases that come up. There's been plenty of other kids murdered by brown parents, but you won't see that on the news. You don't. You only see it when it's the white ones doing it. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Good evening, Ugly Truth. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I'm on the way out now. Thank you for tuning in. And again, I'll do a stream on Ellie Williams. Just told you a little bit about what I thought. I'll set some information out, and then we'll go through Ellie's case. And again, we'll go through similar links to Ellie's case, to other cases that I've seen where girls have been beaten black and blue and things like that. And they could show you dozens of these cases across the country relating to like rape gangs and abuse where they've had cigarettes stubbed out on them, had guns put to the head, had knives put to the throat. They've had they've threatened victims' families that they'll kill all the family and torch the house. They'll rape the mum. They'll rape the daughter. They'll kill the dad. They'll kill the brother. This has all happened already, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think it's something that's not happened. This has already happened already. Telford, Lucy Law, 5 people dead, 3 members from 3 of them from one family. Just let that sink in. Thank you very much. Big John. Stream tonight was sponsored by Dino Ransom, good friend of mine for now 4 years, over 4 years. Great lad. He's got a beautiful family. I've met all his family, all his children in London supporting Tracy, 2018, 2019. And he's a great patriot. But thank you, Dino. Thank you, mate. And I'll catch you all up soon. Thank you very much.